because she's black and she's young and she's female. That's 3 strikes against her.
Some of the people we interviewed last time we were here that were speaking against her were also black and female.
What is that?
That's your signature, dude.
That someone used, and I told you that.
So someone forged your signature.
They did. The board knows about that, so why don't you ask them about it?
If you look at me in my face and tell me something, and then someone's like, hey, she lied to you, look at the thing.
I didn't lie to you. I didn't lie. I did. I did not sign
So
that.
Keith Freeman forged your signature.
Yes.
Tiffany Henyard took that interview. But why? Why did she choose to spend time with the most popular YouTuber, meet with him, and pretend that she was doing a fantastic job? In fact, he posted a comment in the space provided for comments. What do you believe to be Tiffany's motivation? Why, in your opinion, is she acting this way? For what reason did she let Tommy G in? I'm still in awe of this after seeing it. I could only conclude that she genuinely thought she would prevail. She genuinely believed she could steer the story. She regarded Tommy G as a chance to change the course of history.
Okay, she look out for her people. Is she underrated?
I've never seen anybody work so hard and even after being humiliated. I'm going to the end with her. I'm going to the end.
Why do you think she's so targeted right now?
Look at what y'all doing. Y'all are terrorizing the community. Y'all think y'all terrorizing her, but y'all really terrorizing the community with all the things that y'all doing, all the negative things that y'all throwing out there. Y'all hurting us.
How is it that outsiders are making things worse, as though they cooked this up? Was Tiffany Henyard paid to spend 6 figures on her trip? Did Tiffany Henyard get paid to hire a sexual offender? Did Tiffany Henyard get payment to help her boyfriend land a phantom or ghost job? Did Tiffany prevent anyone from accessing the financial data and Village Hall? Did she overspend on police overtime when crime rates are still high? What was the role of foreigners in that? They didn't. How about Kay Freeman, the town administrator, who reportedly stole $90,000 from another village before returning here and into a foul of the law once more? How is the quantity of mayhem, altercations, and foolishness related to outsiders? Yes, the matter has garnered attention, but isn't that because of Tiffany Henyard's behavior? There wouldn't be anyone here covering this if Tiffany Henyard had been performing her duties effectively. I had never heard of Dalton before this incident. Therefore, it seems a little silly to blame outsiders. After all of that, she said something even more absurd. Take a look at this.
So what do I think about the news that's out there? I think a lot of it is false news. I think a lot of it is slander. They hate on her, period. And it's true.
She's been targeted because she's black and she's young and she's female. That's 3 strikes against her.
Some of the people we interviewed last time we were here that were speaking against her were also black and female.
There you have it. Tommy G, thank you. We constantly end up playing the victim, and I believe that's the issue. Tiffany Henyard is in her 40s, therefore she is not a youthful woman. Individuals in their 40s are not young. Furthermore, it has nothing to do with the fact that she is a woman. The choices she and her administration have made are the true problem. Why identity politics are brought up in this is beyond me. Buzzwords like identity politics irritate me. The inability to determine someone's suitability for a position based solely on their body of work, regardless of their identity or appearance, is extremely annoying and draining. It shouldn't matter how someone looks if they aren't qualified for the position. Many of the same individuals that backed Tiffany Henyard 4 years ago have come to the realization that she isn't performing up to par and have been looking for methods to get rid of her. They tried a recall, but it was unsuccessful. In actuality, the majority of her detractors are black, as are some of her fans. Why, therefore, are gender and race still employed as barriers to avoid criticism and scrutiny? Black people and white people are not on opposing sides in this conflict. In actuality, some of the important players are white, such as lawyer Steffi Wahman. Ma Solomon is the only black attorney I've seen in this case, and he's had so many problems that I'm not even sure whether he still holds his license. Why do we continue to avoid responsibility by utilizing these identifiers? It's just absurd.
They got on the bandwagon.
If a leader is going on first-class flights, going to steakhouses, how do you feel about that as a taxpayer?
Why is she supposed to fly coach? Why is she supposed to ride a bus or whatever? Why is she not supposed to have more than one security guard?
I'll respond to this question. Absolutely, you should fly coach if you are the mayor of a hamlet of 20,000 people. You should either contribute your own funds or pay for the upgrade if you wish to go first class. Tickets for first class are pricey. Since I lack the funds, I have never taken a first-class flight. However, despite earning over 6 figures, the mayor continues to use public funds to upgrade her flights and eat at upscale restaurants. This is not New York City's mayor. She is in charge of a town of about 20,000 people, not millions. The surrounding municipality, which is home to more than 100,000 people, is nevertheless insufficient to support this amount of spending. It simply doesn't make sense.
Every mayor eats steaks. I think every mayor travels.
I think she's doing exactly what she's entitled to do. She's a supervisor. I think she goes over budget for the community.
I was starting to wonder if I was being North Korea'd by Tiffany, you know, where everything is staged and carefully arranged to give you a reality that they want you to see. What I thought door knocking was canvassing every house on the street to ask their opinion, not just a pre-selected resident that appears to have gotten free stuff from Tiffany.
She has been charged with intimidation, exorbitant expenditure, and corruption for months. It felt like she could make amends and present a different side of herself by inviting Tommy G to Dalton, or perhaps bringing him back. Being young, black, and female, she presents herself as misunderstood and says she doesn't understand why others don't like her. She claims, "They set me up from the start." It's perplexing. One more reason? Ego. You already know everything you need to know about Tiffany's mental state if you've watched the video when she even likened herself to Jesus Christ. She really thought she was impenetrable and extremely strong at one point, I believe. Recall that she is the Southland's most powerful woman. She was being exposed for real corruption, according to her detractors. However, she believed that they were merely hate-mongers attempting to overthrow a wonderful leader. She felt that her personality alone could change the narrative to her advantage, and she has a few followers who value her fresh food boxes. She believed she could influence Tommy G to portray her favorably.
How's it going?
How y'all doing?
Good, how are you?
You laughing right there? What's
Good to
up?
meet you.
Good to meet you too.
How are
Good to
you?
see you? Hey guys.
The one, the only Tiffany Henyard.
Finish getting
Finally
ready.
we meet.
Huh?
Finish getting ready.
Yeah, I'm finna finish getting ready and I'll
Okay.
be back.
Cool,
But
cool, cool.
They gonna give you a whole layout of everything.
Perfect.
Yep, all right.
First comment I can say off the bat, she has charisma,
Yeah.
which I'm not surprised by.
People continued to hype her up in spite of the enormous resistance. She really thought she was going to win, in my opinion, despite all the indications that the people of Dalton were tired of the bullshit and wanted her to leave. The only conclusion I can think of is that she appeared confident when she let Tommy G follow her. She likes to appear beautiful, loves to be filmed, and spends a lot of money on clothes and wigs. Then there's Brandon, the township paid assistant, correct? This is confirmed by town records. In addition, he was concerned in other matters, such as the cost of the clothes and wigs. That's one of the wigs, then. She was actually paying top cash for these wigs, which they were spending $500 on. What is the average cost of wigs? Ladies, please let me know. Those wigs were definitely not her own money, and she was spending a lot of it. She's like Beyoncé or Rihanna, who must spend thousands on their appearance since their image brings in money. That's a lot of money. However, she is neither a pop star nor an R&B vocalist. I'm not sure if she believed she could get Tommy to agree with her. Perhaps she thought he would be so amused by her extravagant demeanor and singing that he would be lenient toward her. He did, however, bring receipts. Then, in a desperate attempt to justify everything, she made up a story about Keith Freeman forging her signature.
We confront her about a couple of lies she had told me to my face. Here's what happened. But you said Keith Freeman bought him, right?
We went over that, but today is about my election. Today I want to talk
Tiffany.
about my election.
But what the
I
hell
want
is
to
this
talk about
then?
my election.
What is this?
What is that?
That's your signature, dude.
That someone used, and I told you that.
So someone
what I gotta lie
forged your
for?
signature.
They did. The board knows about that, so why don't you ask them about it?
If you look at me in my face and tell me something, and then someone's like, hey, she lied to you, look
I
at the
didn't
thing.
lie to you. I didn't lie. I did. I did not sign
So
that.
Keith Freeman forged your signature.
Yes.
To see if it's possible if Keith Freeman forged Tiffany's stylist bought these wigs for her after she got elected. This is footage of them together. And here are pictures from the mannequins of the store in which the
The fact that she would openly lie to Tommy G's face is just astounding. Eventually, when the authorities become involved, that can come back to haunt her. She is now accusing Kay Freeman of forging her signature. Is that what we are supposed to believe? I won't claim that Kay Freeman is a good man because he has stolen in the past and is a well-known con artist, but given how close they were at the time, why would he fake her signature? Tiffany simply sat on the money, while Trustee Belcher pointed out that it was spent on a bad loan with an absurd interest rate. I don't recall her saying, "God damn it, Kay Freeman, you forged my signature," at that very moment. What are you doing? No, it didn't take place. I don't think he falsified her signature in the slightest.
Let's compare this signature with other Tiffany signatures that we have, and we have many of them. Here, here, and here. So it's either Tiffany is adding yet another lie to the pile, or Keith Freeman is the best forger that Dalton's ever seen.
This video, which comes from the Dalton Trustees channel, discusses the $150,000 in taxpayer funds that will be leased to Tahoe. Let's go on.
At the end of the day, nobody comes here, nobody at all. There are bills that we have the right to take off. We have the right to make decisions about. You say that you're running it at the end of the day, because this is going to be the narrative when we go broke. You're going to say, I wasn't even on the bank account. The trustees did it. When at the end of the day, you're making decisions and spending money and then get mad when we don't approve it because it's not financially sound. I sat here and looked at a lease that y'all was paying $149,000 for one of them trucks. You make that's like when you 19 years old and you go get a car and the interest rate 27%. That makes absolutely no sense. You're
Please
not
state
making
facts.
great finance. Excuse me?
Please state facts.
But let me tell you, here it is, dated December 27, 2022. The cash price of a 2023 Chevy Tahoe, $93,216.71. Interest and APR, $55,929.49. Total lease price, $149,146.20. Tell me if it's not facts, because your signature is all on it.
I don't see that.
Okay, but you want me to pass?
I don't.
All right.
I'll
But
get my
at the
statement
end,
in a
at
few
the
minutes
end
when
of
you
the
finish.
day, it's not about going back and forth with you. It's about making financial decisions that is in the benefit of everybody and just not one person. And you can't seem to understand that.
Kay Freeman is sitting there, feigning innocence, saying things like, "Whoopsie, they got me. To purchase this Tahoe, I falsified the signature." But take a look at the amount of money involved. This is ridiculous. $555,000. And who was the dealership? First Government Leasing. First Government Leasing was introduced to the village by Kay Freeman. I even created a video on the subject. This business preys on municipalities by charging exorbitant loan rates that cause struggling cities to go bankrupt. I think First Government Leasing gave Kay Freeman a consultancy fee or a kickback of some sort. Thus, it is undeniably Tiffany Henyard's signature, without a question. Here she is, Tangela Miller. Now, will Tangela honestly claim that Kay Freeman falsified it if the feds interview her? Are we to assume that she signed it herself after using a fake signature? Hurry up. The entire scenario is a complete catastrophe. In this video, she utterly ruined herself. Perhaps Tiffany Henyard completely exposed in this video would be a better title. While all of this is going on, Brandon, her administrative assistant, is also receiving paid. They all departed after a 5-second meeting, which makes it clear why she doesn't want Stephanie Wahman to lead meetings. Tiffany Henyard just served to worsen her own image rather than alter the story. She provided Tommy G with exclusive access to exclusive film of her demise in real time, including her false claims of success, the empty campaign party, and her lies about the Tahoes. Everything was captured on camera. She destroyed it herself, if she had any chance of turning her corruption into a media hit job. This was a total humiliation, not simply a defeat. On a silver platter, she presented Tommy G with the ideal story. She shouldn't have done this interview, and I completely agree. He should never have been allowed to follow her. It was illogical. Take a look at the additional costs, Amazon and Walmart. They've been spending a lot of taxpayer money, and Tiffany had nothing to say about it, Kamal said.
Senior advisor.
But if you're responsible for running the budget of a town, and the budget's going
You
astray
talking
because
about the person that's a lot of the car, right?
Mhm.
So they have to do what? Spend it responsibly, right? Who sees it before she sees it?
the guy that spent it, the accountant, whoever has access,
Bam!
whoever has
bam,
access
bam,
to the,
bam. But if the CPA that's set in place, right, does not report it to the lead, the top, how would you ever know? You running a business, right? Like a real business. This is basically a Fortune 500. You know what I'm saying? You running 2 Fortune 500s, and both of them municipal. You get what I'm saying? So when you're doing the hiring, it's not you, it's HR.
So if I understand it correctly, she's not involved in the hiring and she's not involved in the spending.
How do you involve yourself in something you don't even have a car with?
Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Please share your thoughts about this story in the comments section below.